Hey guys, so I'm currently on a kind of streak right now where I'm making videos for beginners and new players. So I think this topic is going to be a little bit more useful than the last video I just made on basically how to play the game. This is going to take it to the next step on, hey, I'm new to the game. What hero should I aim to be getting, or what is my team initially going to look like? And I actually feel like I have some good advice here because um, even though I've been playing the game for so long and I'm not a beginner anymore, uh, I have been playing on the tournament servers, which are basically us starting over and playing as a group competitively. And I've noticed that um, what heroes are kind of strong early on in the game that like later on as like a 10-star team are not viable, but um, really they're useful. You can clear a lot of content, and I think sometimes people focus so hard on like, and I do this. I need the late game team. I need the end game team. Like if I don't have Phoenix, then what's the point? I'm not going to get into the Phoenix thing. I know I've done that too much already, but um, this video and this guide is going to be about, hey, I'm new to the game. I'm looking to build up a good team and not just randomly start 6-starring and 7-starring heroes. What are some heroes that are actually uh, viable for me to go for and get? Because one thing you'll notice very early on, if especially if you're smart about the game, is like you'll go to the creation bag, you'll be like, I need copies. And if you do any research, you'll suddenly realize, wait, I don't just need 2 copies. I need 5 copies of hero. So your one lucky pool of a Lindbergh, like, I mean, congratulations, you got one Lindbergh. But a one Lindbergh will lose to like even one of the worst 6-star heroes, which is like 2 copies of a different hero. So planning ahead is very important. Don't just start spending all your resources on some rare hero that you got. You need copies. And so this video, I'm not gonna. Usually I have like. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that this time. But usually I'll have like a thing I write down and I put um, I'll put like the picture of the hero that I think is good. I'm not doing that this time. I wanted to make this really quick, and it's going to be a shorter video. So just listen to me talk because I'll tell them in no particular order anyway, but some heroes that you should strive for and what I think is a really good free to play team to aim for. I'll give some like my top hero and then I will mention like some alternatives. And I'll do it in like a maybe like a VIP 1 to like a VIP like 5 setting. Um I do want to mention though that before I start naming heroes, uh, this is like this is assuming you have like no luck, right? If you happen to pull 5 drows, then congratulations. So just ignore what I said about elf heroes. Also, I'm going to specifically talk about Unity Aura because almost everybody runs Unity Aura because it's smart. It's 10% bonus to it's a 10% bonus to attack and HP by having one hero of every faction. So that's how I'm gonna like pretend we're making that kind of team for your team. All right, so I'm gonna start and do a faction by faction. And the first thing you'll notice is that let's do alliance. My recommendation is going to be based on how easy the hero is to get. Because if you just want to see what the best heroes are, go look at a tier list. This video is just gonna be geared towards like maybe free to play players and low VIP players. Okay, my first recommendation at the very lowest, like VIP 0, is Olivia. Olivia recently got a buff to her skill that reduces target enemy speed, which is still valuable, really, really valuable. This is the main change, I think. And I think she's probably the strongest hero that can go from a 4-star to a 5-star to a 9-star. Olivia doesn't go to 10-star. I know people want that. But up to 9-star, like I'm not talking about 10-star teams, right? I'm talking about up to 9-star, and Olivia does get to 9-star, so I will recommend Olivia. Even if you take Olivia to 9-star, you can use her as material for a 10-star hero, so it's like not a big deal. So I'm recommending Olivia, and the main reason, like I said, is because she's the best 4-star Alliance hero. Look at all the other 4-stars. You've got Sir Conrad. You can make a case for Lone Hero, but I don't think it's a good case. And then you have Olivia, by far the best one there. So Olivia for my Alliance hero. Now, say you're in that more VIP 1 to VIP 3 area, I'll recommend a Tesla. or Saw Machine. I think Tesla is a little bit better at the late game, and Saw Machine's probably stronger early on, honestly. And now I'll mention Ultima for like the VIP 4 to 5 players. I'm not going to go into details as to why. These are just my opinions. But Tesla, real quick, Tesla gives us good stun, decent attack damage. He requires speed, which really sucks because you're going to have to put his artifact and his rune into speed if you want him to be late game viable. If you didn't have to do that, he'd actually do some pretty good damage, I believe. And then Saw Machine counters clerics early on before people have guild tech, so I think Saw Machine is really strong early. And then for the higher up, let's talk about Ultima. They recently added Ultima to the Soul Shop. This is the only reason I'm recommending him, because Ultima is a great tank and probably the second best alliance hero. Let's move on to Horde. So I'm leaving out Phoenix. I'm not talking about that, but let's talk about a 4-star hero that can go up to a 9-star that can be viable for free-to-play players. And the first one, and probably the best hero for any free-to-play player, is Ryleh, or Ryleh. I don't know how to say her name. This hero is broken as a tank. Actually, early on, Ryleh can carry you through so much PvE content and also be really cheesy in Legion and Arena because Ryleh will take less damage than she can heal. So the rounds will just go to 15 and she'll slowly kill your team with a strong single target damage. A pretty common hero. I recommend if you're free to play to kind of place highly and get good resources by leveling up a Ryleh, but I mean, everyone knows this, but I'll state this. Do not use Ryleh for late game. This is only for early game. I would take Ryleh to 6-star and be happy. And you know what? I'm going to recommend it now. I'd take Ryleh to 9-star. She will fall off really hard about when people start getting 7 and 8 stars. She'll start to fall off because there will be enough damage to get through all her healing. But up until 9-star, it's okay to do that now because you can use her as fodder later. Another one that I'll recommend, which I think is kind of cool, is Khalil. I know Khalil is garbage, one of the worst heroes in the game, but Khalil at 5-star. Why can't I find you? There you are. Sorry, I meant 6-star. Oh, actually, is this it? No. 6-star. Khalil at 6-star gets a new ability called Heroic Sacrifice. When this hero dies, it increases all allies' attack by 30% or 27%. It goes up once you get to 9-star for 3 rounds. This is like a budget Ultima. Like if you can't get Ultima, Khalil can be made from 4 stars. You put him as your tank. You let him die on the first turn, and on the second turn, your heroes cast their skills doing 30% extra damage. It's actually a pretty good strategy. So I recommend it if you're trying to be cheesy. I recommend it for some free-to-play players. So let's move up to the next bracket. The next bracket of people in like that VIP 2 to VIP 3 area, I'm going to recommend Scarlet. She's my favorite hero in the game, probably. And she does really good damage. Lots of poison damage. Great for PvE content. Along with Ryleh, I'll recommend Bloodtooth. So these two heroes can both be bought in shops. Did I say Ryleh? I meant Scarlet. I'm going to recommend Bloodtooth. Bloodtooth can be bought in Feather Shop, but I don't recommend it. But he's kind of not that rare. So these two heroes are my second. Like if you're like higher VIP, I would go for one of these two. If you're like in that 5 or 6 range, then I would go to Medusa. Medusa is probably the best horde hero in the game outside of Phoenix. She can be bought in Guild Tech using Guild Shop. I don't recommend that, but if you need a copy, she can also be found in the rotating wheel, the advanced wheel tokens. So look for her there. Most of this is irrelevant because everyone has Phoenix now, but I thought I'd mention those anyway. All right, so there's this one's pretty interesting. I've run into this issue on the tournament server, but at 4-star heroes, Megaw is pretty strong. Like he does good damage and he does good healing. Like early on, Megaw really is the jack of all trades, and that's a good thing. Most of the time, you want to like get a hero that does a ton of damage or a ton of healing or good CC. Well, Megaw kind of brings a buff to all his teammates, and he does really good healing and damage at early levels. So I'm going to recommend Megaw. I can't believe I'm saying that, but for a free-to-play or as a VIP 0 player, I would not be afraid to take him to 6-star. Okay, but after that, I'm going to recommend for like the VIP 1 to 3, that next bracket, I'm going to recommend Centaur or Vegvisir, they can both be bought in shops, and I think they're really strong in their roles. And so Centaur's role is like a PvE boss. Like he does a ton of damage to friend boss. His poison works really well with Scarlet. Just overall, he can, if he doesn't get CC'd, he can do a lot of damage. Vegvisir is a really good tank. So actually, I think Vegvisir is an awesome tank, especially for Expedition. So probably my go-to choice if I were to make a new account and I didn't want to spend that much money, I'd probably go for Vegvisir as my elf hero. Now in that VIP 5 or a little bit higher, maybe Luna is good. Honestly, everything I'm saying, like if you're gonna play the super long game, obviously you can get any hero you want eventually if you wait it out for like a long time. I'm talking about like building up your teams like in a relatively quick pace. Luna is gonna be good for VIP players, and at the very end you have Drow. But Luna, you're gonna want to probably use your advanced wheel tokens after you get Shenmel on Luna, and maybe your Soul Stones on Luna after you get Freya. Okay, Undead. So Undead is the best one. Like Shudmill is obviously the best, and you can get her through Advanced Wheel. So I always recommend that to even free-to-play players. But if you're going to start from 4-star, there are actually a couple of good options. Or I should have said 5-star. At 4-star, there's only really Forren. Forren's going to be the one I recommend. Along with Forren, I will recommend Puppet Maid, but I really don't think she's that good at 4-star. And I know people are going to tell me, oh, use X-Death, he does good damage. No, X-Death is not good. Too weak, dies too fast, doesn't cast skill, and doesn't bring any buffs to his allies. So Forren, because he has CC, is my go-to. And if I already have CC and I want like good damage, I'd go Puppet Maid. But both of these are bad. I don't think even free-to-play players have to settle for either of those heroes. I think there are enough undead heroes that a free-to-play player can actually start reaching for. Hester, who can be bought in the Luck Shop. This is my go-to Luck Shop hero if you're a new player. Go for Hester. And then I think Ripper is also available. I think Ripper is a tier below Hester, but if you happen to pull them, I would use him. I'm not going to talk too much about this, but at a higher VIP, Shudmill is definitely the way to go. But if you're interested in the other heroes, then check out my video on top undead heroes, or the second best undead hero. I talk about all of them. But for those free-to-play players, try out Forren. Not great. I wouldn't take him past 6-star, but up to 6-star I would use him. Heaven and Hell, it's really easy. Okay, Verthandi, you can buy her in Feather Shop. So this, you have to start saving your feathers for Verthandi, because to complete the aura, you're gonna need a Heaven hero. And this way you can start pulling Heaven and Hell Miracleized for fodder, and then you can, if you're not lucky, which you probably won't be, you can at least get the copies of Verthandi from Feather Shop. And now for Hell. I'm gonna recommend Freya. Freya you can get from the Soul Shop, so there you go. Also, they gave away a lot of Freyas for free to, like, for leveling up your account to a certain level. So Freya is my go-to Hell hero. So now you're looking at like a 9-star team. If you're a free-to-play player or a low VIP player, you could potentially have. I may not be able to make it. I'm gonna try to make it real quick, just to show it. So this is Freya. I know she's got the skin on, so it looks weird. There's Verthandi. Might have something like a Scarlet or a Ryleh. Let's do very low VIP. Let's do like or like free to play. Let's do. Hopefully I have a Ryleh. I might have a 4-star. I don't even have a 4-star Ryleh. Oh no, that's too bad. Okay, so let's use the Scarlet then. Let's do Scarlet, and maybe for your Alliance hero, you weren't able to get Ultima because you used your Soul Stones on Freya, which makes sense. So you have to use like Tesla. Then for your Undead, I'm gonna guess that you got Hester, because she's pretty common too. And then you're missing an Elf. This team would be pretty strong. I like this team a lot. I know a Centaur would go well with Scarlet. You could have Verthandi tank with a. You have options. This is why I like my recommendations here. You could say you ended up getting Centaur instead of Vegvisir, which there you go. Then here's your aura. Maybe you got a Saw Machine, which there you go. I have a copy of. This still looks pretty good. You have the poison combo. You could have her tank if you wanted Verthandi to stay alive longer, and you just wanted like quick damage. What else could you do? Say you were like a higher VIP, like VIP 5. Let's start getting some better heroes. Maybe you do get the Ultima. Then maybe your team looks more like this. That's really strong team. Like this is really strong. If you're not fighting against like a Phoenix and a Valkyrie, this can beat a lot of teams. Or especially this. This team is strong, and this is possible. I think. These Heaven and Hell heroes are very important. So Feathers for Verthandi and Soul Stones for Freya. Okay, that's my quick video on what I think the top heroes are for free-to-play and low VIP players. My recommendation for leveling, what to take to 6-star. I really wanted to mention those 4-star heroes. I'm going to say it one more time. Khalil for the budget Ultima. Ryleh for the early strong, like the early expedition carry and PvP carry. Olivia for the new mage, the new buff that she got, I think makes her a decent mage early on. Megaw for the good jack of all trades, heals and damage, and then Freya and Verthandi for your where you spend your resources to get the Unity aura. I missed Undead, but Forren was my pick, and the Assassin Puppet made if you have to stick to 4-star heroes. And I wish I had the Ryleh so I could make the team. I'm doing it real quick. My 4-star hero team. Without my Heaven and Hell. But if I had no Heaven and Hell heroes either, I think your best 4-star hero team is going to be something like this. It's so sad I don't have a Ryleh, so I can't put it in there, but let's go down to 4 stars. I don't have an Olivia either. Sorry, I'm not going to be able to make it then. But think Khalil, Olivia, Megaw, who I don't have either. Forest Healer. Oh, I should have mentioned. Closing statement. Forest Healer is a really good healer. If you need straight healing, Forest Healer is the best one you can take to 9-star outside of Vivian, who is not easy to get. So Forest Healer is also a good hero to level up. Well, that's my video, guys. Sorry I couldn't make it because I didn't have the copies, but if you were listening, then you understood. And I'll write it in the comments or in the description of the video to help people visualize it. Thanks for watching. Hope this video helped. Peace.